Good morning, this is Elaine with Elaine's Custom Cards, and this is the card we're making today. I used a couple of different stamp sets and dies. I used the Celebrating You stamp set for the sentiment right here, and then the Happy Birthday is here. And for the butterflies, I used Butterfly Brilliance. And yes, I cut my butterflies apart. So I used the smallest butterfly. I found it was more useful to me cut apart than together. So I cut that apart. And then with the help of my husband, who has sheet metal snips, I cut apart the dies, and I put them in a little bag so they wouldn't get lost, but you have to very carefully cut these apart. But I cut mine apart. They work really well for me. So I stamped the butterfly, this small one, right here, on the envelope and on the inside of the card with Tahitian Tide because I wanted a dark blue. This particular paper is Awash in Beauty, and there's a lot of beautiful papers in here. So I used the one with these flowers, and then the back of that is the blue, and that's what I used for this card. And you can find all of that on pages 66 and 67 in the annual catalog. I'm going to have to try some of these designs, I think, these layouts. This is the one I've made today. So let's put this away so we don't lose it. Put that there and get started on our card. All of the sizes and dimensions are on my blog, so I'm not really going to tell you what they are. I'd like you to go over to my blog and look them up. So let's get started. I stamped the envelope, of course. Let's put this right here so you can see it. I used these glue dots. They came from a paper pumpkin. I used some large Stampin' Dimensionals and then some small ones. And then I used these iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. Those are in the annual catalog. Put that over there. So the first thing I did, of course, was stamp, and it wasn't straight, so I turned it over and stamped it again to get it straight. So I'm going to cover this up. I always stamp before I put my card together, just for that reason of stamping crooked. So this is the thick basic white standard size card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I cut a piece of this, and this is directional, this paper. This is Mary Merlot cardstock. I'm going to adhere these together, just like that. So we're going to glue this side, glue on it. If you're interested in purchasing any of these products, if you click the down arrow, that will take you to my online store. Or you can go to my blog, and that's in the down arrow as well. And then on my blog, there's a Shop Now button that will take you to my online store. If you're interested in becoming a demonstrator, there's a button in my blog that says Join Now. And that will take you to the area where you can sign up as a demonstrator under me. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I just am retired and this is what I enjoy doing. You can just be what they call a hobby demonstrator and get a discount. Okay, that's that. Now let's put this piece together. Like I said, all the sizes and dimensions are on my blog. You can find them there. This is a piece of basic white, and this is Mary Merlot again. I stamped it in Mary Merlot. Off to the left. And then this piece. Tomorrow's the last day, or June 30th. Today's the 29th, but this is going to be uploaded on tomorrow the 30th. This isn't the straightest, but we're going to cover that up. Okay, put this away. Now, I'm going to flip this over and put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of it. Anyway, tomorrow's the last day of June 30th is the last day of the January to June mini catalog. There's lots of sales in there. Last chance to get some of those products. I know a lot of them are already sold out. Just wanted to mention it. And January 1st we'll start the new catalog and celebration. The new July through December and celebration. And July 1st will be this catalog and the celebration, and there's lots of nice things in here. If you want to get them before July 1st, you can sign up as a demonstrator and order out of that catalog. Okay, enough sales pitches. I took a very tiny piece of this. This is Tahitian Tide, the glimmer paper. This was 2 inches by 1.5 inches, and that small butterfly cut out of there perfectly, and I chose the darker edge of it. Not sure where I put that. Anyway, here it is. It's variegated, or whatever you want to call it, and I used the darker area to die cut that out. And then I flipped it over and took some glue dots, and you can use the mini glue dots in the catalog if you don't have any of these. And I put 3 on the back of this butterfly. Yeah, 3. You can use the mini glue dots that are in the catalog, and I have all the catalog item numbers, names of what I used, and sizes, like I said, in my blog. So you don't have to write all this down. You can just go over to my blog. Once I did that, then I put 3 more on here, just like so. It's a very quick and easy card once you have everything cut out. I've made several because I really like it. It doesn't have to be birthday. You can do whatever you want. And then I kind of bent this a little, the wings up. Set it on just like that in the corner. And then I kind of bent these up a little more so they kind of flatten when you put it in the envelope. But and then I took these iridescent rhinestone basic jewels, and I put 3 on there, 1 on the head, and then just kind of lined them up right next to each other, just like the extra bling that I got out of it, just like that. And this card is just like this. Very simple, easy card. Stamp your envelope. It's ready to mail. So that's my card for today. I didn't use any of the mini dimensionals on this card. And my next card is this one right here, using the same paper. This time I used the dies from, I used the True Beauty stamp set and the dies, and then I used Very Best Occasions for the sentiments. This one, of course, is Happy Birthday, and then sending you smiles for every moment of your special day. So let's get started on this card. And then I also used the layering circles framelits for my circle. I actually used one that was stitched, but you can use the plain one that's in here. I still have the old stitched framelits. If you have those, you can use those. So for this card, I stamped this with Balmy Blue, and it's from this stamp set right here. I stamped that on the inside as well. And then for the flower, the way I did the flower, to get a little bit darker in the center, I took sponge daubers and I used this particular flower, and I actually stamped it in the polished pink first, and then took this sponge dauber, daubed it in the Merry Merlot, and just this way kind of stamped some darkness in the center. You can get it however dark you want in there. That's how I did that. Stamped it, cut it out, die cut it with the dies. I believe it was this die. Then I stamped the leaves in Granny Apple Green, die cut them with this, and then I die cut this on this same glimmer paper, and I did it in the lighter area for that. Okay, let's put this card together. If I have time at the end, I will show you how I did that flower. But I wanted to get both of these cards in for you today. I stamped this. See that little mess up? We're going to cover that up. First, let's put everything on this. I'm going to have a piece down here. And let's do it this way. Again, this is the Merry Merlot. Make sure you do your designer series paper right side up if it's directional. You could use cardstock here. I just like the way this looked. Just a little bit of extra interest. When you sign up as a demonstrator, you get 20% off your orders. It costs $99 for $125 worth of product. Such a good deal. Okay, this is another design of the Awash in Beauty. Like I said, I will have both of these cards, directions, and pictures in my blog, on my blog, whatever. Like that. Then we're going to take our piece of cardstock and glue this down. Like so. You can use this card layout with any of your designer series paper. It's very simple. Like I said, the directions are on my blog. Okay, and we're going to take this, glue your circle. This is basic white. Glue that down. Okay, and then we're going to take this is the Mary Merlot, basic white, stamped in Mary Merlot. And I used the this punch right here, double oval punch for this. Okay, put it on that for now. Okay, then I took this and I took a piece of tape, decided where I wanted the leaves. Here, I think I wanted them right like this. Flip it over, put a little piece of tape there. You could use glue dots for this. I just found this easier. And I took my sprig of whatever this is, did the same thing, put it on the flower, flip it over, put a little piece of tape on there. This just seemed to work well for me. Then I took my Stampin' Dimensionals on each leaf, and then just kind of put them around on the flower so it wouldn't sag. And then I took a mini, and I think I cut one because it was a little too big, even as a mini. I cut one of these minis in half. And then I put it right here. See what I'm doing? Put it right here. So I didn't want it to show on the other side. That's good. Okay. I think before I glue this down though, or stick it down, I'm going to put this on there. And I put dimensionals on the back of that as well. So let's do that. If you put this down first, then you know you're not going to get your flower crooked on there. Okay. And I put it, you can put it right in the center, off to the side, whatever is most pleasing to you. And then we're going to take the happy birthday, put a couple dimensionals on one end and in the middle. And then I put a little dab of glue kind of on the top because it's going to overlap. The reason I'm putting this on before I put the flower on is because I want to make sure my flower doesn't cover stuff up. So I just kind of put this right here in the corner. Get your words straight. And then you can take your flower and kind of arrange it on there, what looks really good to you. Sort of like, I kind of made it up over there like that. And then I took these fine sparkle adhesive back gems. These are in the new catalog, and they're really pretty. And I just put some around on here, like so. And that's your card. Card number 2. You have to tell me what you think, which card you like better. This one or this one. And if you want me to do a demonstration on how I did this flower, leave me some comments and I can do a video on how I colored this flower. So you have a blessed day and have fun stamping.